Death makes us really sad, doesn't it? But you know what? It also makes me so angry sometimes. It makes me so frustrated and angry to see family members and loved ones grieving so deeply, and there's nothing I can do to help them. It makes me angry to know that the world is now without this person's talents and abilities and contributions. It's like we've been stolen from and robbed of all of the potential and all of the help and the resources this person was offering or could offer, but now has died. It also makes me so angry because this was not the original plan for mankind. Can I tell you a story? One day, it was a very peaceful Sunday morning, and I was sitting on my porch swing, enjoying the quiet of the day, when a squirrel ran across the power line between my house and the one across the street. And right as it got to the halfway point, it fell and smacked its little squirrel body right there on the concrete. I was very startled, said in my heart, "Lord, I don't like that." And I heard the Holy Spirit say back to me, "I don't either. That was not my original plan." When God made Adam and Eve in the garden, there was no death. Animals were not killing each other. Humans were not killing animals. Animals were not killing humans. And there were two special trees in the garden. One was the tree of life. They didn't eat of that because they already had life and everything was going so well. The second was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That was the one thing Adam and Eve were not supposed to do. And you know the story. They took from the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and death entered the picture. But before that, that was not the plan that things would die. God says in Ezekiel chapter 18 that he does not take any pleasure or delight in the death of people. But people die anyways, all the time. They die from ignorance. They just don't know what it is that they're doing that is shortening their lives. We've all been in the grocery store when we see people in front of us barely able to walk, and they load all of their food onto the conveyor belt, but it's not food, it's just chemicals, and it's shortening their life and robbing from all of us all of the talents that they could provide. People are also dying because of misinformation. They go to the doctor and the doctor gives them a whole lot of prescriptions, which can have such strong side effects, including death. And they might ask, "Do you think it's anything I'm eating?" And unfortunately, a lot of doctors say, "No, that has nothing to do with it." I don't know how they can think that. If you took a trip in your car and put Mountain Dew in the gas tank, it is not going to do well. It's going to die. Your car is going to be ruined. Yet we do that to ourselves all the time. Another reason people are dying prematurely is just plain stubbornness. I remember listening to Dr. McDougall one time telling a story about a patient of his who had cancer. He said, "I can help you. We can take care of this cancer. You'll be cancer-free and living a long life for your children and your grandchildren." And she said, "Sounds great, Doc. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Anything but one thing. I can't give up my cheesecake." And he said, "You would be willing to die for cheesecake?" And she said, I can't give it up. I have to have it." And guess what happened? She died. Death by cheesecake. So sad. And her family, how do you think her family felt about that? Apart from being devastated and sad, I'm sure they were a bit frustrated. But you know, my consolation in all of this anger towards something that should have never happened in the first place is that God made provision for it. Unfortunately, 10 out of 10 people do die. But he made a way so that we didn't have to stay in the grave. We didn't have to stay dead. You know the verse, John 3:16. God so loved this world that he sent his only child, his only son, to die for us, and that whoever would believe on him would not perish, but have everlasting life. So if you don't know what to do to take care of yourself so that you don't die prematurely, so that you can support and provide all of your talents and enrich this world, reach out to me or someone else that can guide you on that path. If you know what you're supposed to do for our sake, for your loved ones and your children's sake, just do it. We need you. We need your contributions. Live a full, rich, healthy life for the sake of those around you. So let's go take the life that we're given, take care of it, run with it, run your race to the very, very end. And when you die, full of years, having a rich life and all of your loved ones around you, take the next life fully through Jesus and be saved. That is the life God planned for us, to live abundantly, fully in this life and in the next.